I need to find out what happened. Have you happened to see an elf around here? Tall, spindly, talks way too much for his own good? No, of course not. That would have been too easy. This is what I get for hiring a tuskless runt. He said he could improve efficiency in Greystone Quarry. What did we get for our trouble? First the fog, then the screams, then nothing. Not a word. And it smells like elf mischief to me. My husband, Chief Ramash, went down into the quarry to look for the elf and find out what happened to our workers. He came back covered in blood. And I can tell you, Ramash doesn't bleed easily. I'd appreciate any help you can provide. After what happened to the chief, the rest of the clan refuses to go anywhere near the quarry. If you can get in there, find out what happened, and make sure the quarry workers are safe. Yeah! 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 Yeah!
Shadows. Shadows in the fog.
What are you doing down here? Don't you know that Greystone Quarry is a disaster area? What happened? The High Elf, that's what happened. Things were fine for a while. Rock flowed out of the quarry at a record pace. But then we broke into a cavity and the elf insisted on exploring it. That's when the fog began to roll out of the hole. It was fog. Thick as stew it was. Chief Ramash and Huntwife Bulgar decided to enter the quarry and find out what happened to the elf and the workers. We went with them. Worst decision I ever made. We entered the fog, but we weren't alone in there. There were shadows, things in the fog. We were attacked. I saw the chief run out, covered in blood. Bulgar's still down there, looking for her daughter. Last we knew, she was with the elf. Find the Huntwife and her daughter, and kill as many of those things as you can. But the elf, save the elf for me.
I thought you were one of those damn machines. You're just lucky I've got the reflexes of a snow bear, or your guts would be decorating the floor. Now, care to explain what you're doing down here? Is this another of my husband's half-hearted rescue attempts? Whatever. I guess I should be grateful. One of those metal spiders took a chunk out of my leg. Nothing too serious, but I can't fight worth a damn. So it's up to you to find my daughter. I don't, but I can hope, can I? Besides, I haven't seen her corpse, and she is her father's daughter. Then there's the elf. He knows what he's doing, and has more than a few tricks up his sleeve to deal with the machines. He's a clever bastard, I'll give him that. He knew there was a dwarven ruin down here, and used us to uncover it. We should have been more careful. But he had significantly increased our production. And you know Orsinium, they always want more stone. Shaban, she's a brave young woman. Took an immediate interest in the High Elf and his fancy ways. The elf didn't seem to mind. In fact, I think he liked having someone strong and beautiful at his side. You find one, and you'll find the other. I thought you were one of those damn machines. Is this another of my husband's half? I don't. But I can. He's a clever. Shaban. She's.
Oh, thank Trinimac. You're not one of those dwarven Dwemer things. But what are you doing down here? Did you come to help me escape from this damn quarry? Our quarry, sure. But the dwarves carved out this quarry centuries ago. It looks like they started down here and were working their way up. I don't want to think about that. He told me to stay here while he went to investigate the central structure. He used his control rod to walk right past the machines, but apparently its protection doesn't extend to anyone else. That's what I get for trying to help an elf.
What a surprise with Zark. Seems like we explored that place only yesterday. You do remember? Stros Mackay, Dwemer Ruins, that adorable animunculus clanker. Those were good times. But now, to business. Ah, so you've met them. I really do feel awful about what happened. I offered my help because I suspected that the ruins of Mizandine were down here, but I never expected such powerful defenses. This place is remarkable. Yes, but I was referring to the fog. It was a most curious thing. As soon as we unearthed the door to this place, a heavy fog set in and the Dwemer spiders swarmed us. I know how to handle dwarven constructs. The orcs, sadly, do not. My control rod can only handle a few constructs at a time. The scale of this place is well beyond its capabilities. There may be an alternative, however. If we can find the construct control center, we may be able to take command of the constructs. This is unexpected. Our paths cross again. Thank the Eight. It's amazing how often good research leads to remarkable discoveries. Since we parted, I have come to the conclusion that this is an automated quarry. Like the Orc Pit above, only much more sophisticated. Isn't it, though? That's what we in the business call a remarkably well-preserved orb of illumination. I believe this dwarven device may contain the key that allows us to bring Mizandine's defenses under our control. Think of the device as a gigantic combination lock. These emitters shine light upward towards the various lenses attached to the rings. If you rotate the lenses to a specific orientation, the device should unlock. Trial and error, like any other scientific endeavor. But be sure to keenly observe every rotation of the rings. That's the key to our success. We can manipulate the 3 kinetic resonators to adjust the lenses and rotate the rings. Follow me. should allow me to control the dwarven constructs. Fascinating. I never imagined the control mechanism would fit inside so small a space. It will take me some time to master this device. But with it, I'm sure I can suppress the outer defenses and return the quarry to a relatively safe state. We had a mutually beneficial arrangement. I taught them techniques for excavating the quarry more efficiently, while they removed the stone that was blocking the entrance to this ruin. Well, no. But they never would have gone along with it otherwise, and they would have found it eventually, right? The fact is, I had no idea that the Dwemer constructs would be so excitable. I suspected as much. I did my best to help them, but there was so much confusion. If I can take control of the defenses and give the orcs their quarry back, maybe that will make up for my negligence. And maybe they won't kill me. Fascinating. Oh yes, it's perfectly safe to work the quarry again. And please give the orcs my deepest and most sincere apology regarding these unfortunate circumstances. I have something I want to try first. Something that will help repay the orcs for my indiscretion. If I can make a few adjustments, I want to offer the constructs to the orcs. I'm sure they'll make excellent workers. I'll join you up above shortly.
As soon as our scouts sent word that people were emerging from the quarry, I hurried down to see what was happening. So, where's that damned elf and what did he do? Dwarves? That's the last thing I expected. From the stories I've heard, things involving ancient ruins and dwarves never turn out well. Then the elf survived? Perfect! That means I still get to wring his scrawny neck. Wait a moment. What's that sound? Troll dung, it's the constructs! The damn elf betrayed us! To arms, my clanmates! Let's show this mad elf what we think of his dwarven army.
Don't be alarmed. I bring a gift. These constructs can work your quarry and build a great city of Orsinium.
Damn you, elf. I should kill you where you stand.
What did I say? Please, my friend, make her see reason.
He got half my workers killed, and now he insults us as well? The elf's blood price is steep, and he's going to pay it very slowly. Greystone Quarry belongs to Clan Tumnosh, It should be worked by Clan Tumnosh, not those metal monsters! As long as one Tumnosh lives, we'll extract stone from this quarry just the way Malakath intended! With orc sweat and orc muscle. We dishonor ourselves and our ancestors if we sat back and let machines do all the work for us. It figures that an elf would come up with such a disgraceful and dastardly plan. Their worth is considerable, and we'd be able to keep our quotas as we build back up. You're right. Thank you for letting me see beyond my rage.
Yeah.
Ah, outsider. I confess I had my doubts, but my forge wife tells me you were as good as your word. Thank you for helping restore order to the Greystone Quarry. Oh, very well. You performed a vital service for my clan. The least I can do is go and listen to whatever fancy words Kurog wants to shout at us this time. I'll see you in Orsinium, outsider.
The hour has arrived, Visage. The final confrontation with the god of schemes is at hand. The 5 companions gather at the harborage. There.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fool girl! She'll get herself... Children. Never have them! The king insisted on a Morkel daughter for his forge wife. But then he decided to pass over my eldest. Now Ashika wants to prove him a fool for marrying her little sister. Malekith alone knows why Ashika ran off. Wounded pride sent her to Morkel descent, no doubt. Idiot! The girl will end up as Ogre Dun or a Spider Hatchery. Running off to Morkel descent is why Ashika's still unwed! Finding glory in old relics instead of at the king's side? He'd have chosen her if she wasn't so headstrong. Ugh. Go on, ask.
Yeah.
I know you. You're one of those outsiders that Kurog brought to our land. I heard you've done some amazing feats, but I'd rather you didn't linger in my stronghold. Sorry, but I have problems of my own right now. As long as my forge wife is miserable, I can't deal with anything else. I wonder, does King Kurog have a solution for volatile family disputes? I'd definitely listen to him speak on that topic. If you're brave enough, talk to Lasgal and do whatever she asks. If you can finally get her to stop yelling at me, I'll go and listen to whatever Kurog wants to say.
Running off to Morkel descent is why Ashika's... Go on, ask.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Who are you? It doesn't matter, the Hand of Morkel is mine. Who are you? It doesn't matter, the Hand of Morkel is mine. Once I find it, which is harder than I thought. That's why you're here, isn't it? What? Why? My what? Does she even listen to me? She never listens. Honor of the clan, I say. You'll find someone soon, she says. All right. She sent you here to help? Good. Help me find Morkelden. The long-lost home of Morkel clan. The old poems say it was buried in ice and stone-marked thrice. See the statues? Morkel's stonework and very old. Morkelden has to be nearby, but well, maybe you can find the way in. The old poems of Morkelden's founding mention a heroic trio who rebuffed Winter's grasp and found haven beneath. Maybe they saved the clan from a tunnel collapse. Oh, there's some writing at the base of the statues. Couldn't make sense of it. Buried in ice and stone-marked thrice. The statues must reveal the way inside. I think there's an order to lighting the braziers, but I can't get it to work. That's it! The Hand of Morkel. It's in some sort of... What is that, a display? It's nestled in there tight. Of course we can't just take it. Pfft. The Hand of Morkel is held in something called the... I think it said Heart Forge? Also, endless breath and untold rage lets purest heart release the hand. Poets. We need to rekindle the forge. Endless breath has to mean bellows, and untold rage is... a furnace? Strange way to say it. I'm missing something. Can you look around for a bellows and some kind of blast furnace? Morkel clan prefers simple solutions that last. Look for switches or some kind of mechanism. We'll see what happens when you set things in motion. Oh, and stay alert. My ancestors wouldn't leave this place completely unguarded. You did it! Now for purest heart. The clan word for heart also means blood. Purest blood. Morgul blood? My father is Morgul's chief. My blood must work. Just a quick slash of the knife. Look! It's opening! Like a hand. Opening. Oh. Oh no. The hand of Morgul isn't our forge hammer. It's the cage around it. And if my clan's old word for heart also means blood, then this wasn't our heart forge. It was our... My mother says we're the best smiths in Hrothgar because we put heart in the steel. Whose heart? Whose blood? Morgul clan hasn't had enemies since the days of Morgulden. Did we feed our rivals to that thing? You're right. The old poems aren't about honor we lost when we left Morgulden. It's honor gained for burying our greatest shame beneath a mountain of ice. And a warning to stay away from the hand of Morgul, which... well, we couldn't have known. Not without blood magic. But I can't just leave it here. It's our heritage. I'll bring it back to the stronghold, but what then? What do I tell my clan? Of course. Returning the Forge Hammer will fill my clan with pride. Enough to take the sting away when I explain what Morgulden was. We must make peace with our ancestors and remember the lessons they taught. They've forged with clean hands for generations. The clan needs to know why that's important. I heard a rumbling when you rekindled the forge. Maybe another way out. Anything to avoid those ogres. Look! The door hidden by the ice. Is that... This is close to Orsinium. Useful if we ever need to return to the blood, the Heart Forge. Meet me at Morgul's stronghold? Come here. Stand by my side as I address the clan.
Is that your ally, Ashaka? Quiet! Ashaka speaks on a matter concerning the clan.
Morgul clan, I come to you with a hard truth. But when have we ever feared the truth? I return from Morgulden with our clan's greatest treasure. Behold, the Hand of Morgul. It's true our ancestors locked away the hammer, but not for the reasons we thought.
Step up, have a look.
Morkelden housed a blood forge. It's true. Our clan once turned to dark magic, but they faced this hard truth and abandoned it. For the blood we work into the metal is our own, not that of our enemies. I say to you, that is the strength of Morkel. This hammer shows our ancestors' strength. With it, we forge a new destiny.
Prepare yourselves, my clan. Soon we march to Orsinium. We shall build it anew.
Do you see how my clan looks at the forge hammer? The fire in their eyes? They'll rebuild Orsinium by themselves if they have to. Now, I name you Bloodkin to Morkel clan. Last thing I'll do before heading to Orsinium. The king needs a clan who can work its great forge. You think we'd let Shatul embarrass us with their inferior iron?
This is taking longer than I planned.
Kurog's outsider. I'm not sure what you did exactly, but you somehow restored peace to my family, and thereby helped my clan. You have my thanks. Sure, why not? I'll go to this moot and listen to what Kurog has to say. It's the least I can do after you helped us with our family problem. Perhaps I'll see you in Orsinium, outsider.
I should have been at my husband's side. He'd still be alive, and I'd still be his hunt wife. Well, look upon my husband and weep, for his next journey is to the Ashen Forge. Perhaps a new chief will deal with Kurog's latest nonsense. Until then, leave us to our misery.
Rotten luck, Chief. Rotten luck. Don't see many new faces at Shatul Range. Our only neighbors are surly giants. Speaking of which, Chief Ogzor had a nasty encounter with a giant's club a short while ago. Best keep your voice low. We don't know how much time he has left. Dying. No amount of healing magic can fix smashed brains. Soon as he goes, Shatul is in for dark times. The clan will tear itself apart without a good contender for chief. I want to prevent that. We know which giant smashed the chief. I want to return the favor. That'll show the clan I'm a good contender, which would help keep the clan together. Thing is, I'm no tracker. Care to help me find the bastard? I have a few words to say to Chief Ogzor's mother. I'll meet you where Urkael the Cleaver's tracks begin. Don't know why we call him that. He carries a club. All right, let's find Urkale the Cleaver. Listen, we both know you're the one who avenged the chief. Happy I could land a few good smacks. I'll tell Zara when she's back. You deserve the credit. That's up to the clan. I'm only doing it because Shatul needs a chief. Can't say I enjoy staking a claim while my friend is dying in that tent. I'm not so sure I want to be chief again. Small clan. Our stronghold let Shatul camp there in the summers, in return for choicest pick of a chater. Chief Ogzor wanted to strengthen the bond by marrying away his daughter. Ashruka was to be my hunt wife, but that didn't happen. Ashruka refused to be traded like the choicest pick of a chater. She chose exile rather than marry me. A month later, raiders from the Reach wiped out my whole clan. Chief Ogzor took me in. Don't really know. Shatul tries not to talk about its exiles. Chief Ogzor forbade anyone from speaking of her. I think he blamed himself for pushing her away. After her mother died, Ashruka and her father were always at odds. It was inevitable. No, I've always respected how Ashruka held her ground, and I wasn't too keen on the match. I'd known her since she was a child, so going from Uncle Lorig to husband, we call that a Valenwood marriage. But don't let a wood orc hear you say it. Never. Chief Ogzor knew I'd consider that a dishonor, after what he'd done for me, and Shatul needed my muscle. It wasn't charity, if that's what you're thinking. It was my own fault. I was more full of pride than sense back then. Shatul warned us of Reachmen they'd seen, prowling through the hills. I thought Chief Ogzor was trying to make up for Ashruka running off. Didn't pay it much mind. Then my clan was gone. Chief Ogzor's mother, Shatul's wise woman, though she hates it when we call her that. It falls to her to select the candidates for chief, and she's right over there.
Impressive, Lorig. Why don't you show the others? Come closer. We should speak. You avenged my son. I will not forget what you did for Shatul today, nor will the clan. If you are willing, I have need of someone so capable. If Shatul is to survive, there must be a new chief. Lorig is one contender. The other is Ulgesh. I want you to meet him. Ulgesh returned from Orsinium shortly after my son's injury. He declared himself a contender, but I'm not sure why. The boy never had brains or ambition. Serving in the Orsinium Guard was my son's suggestion. Shatul needs a chief who looks out for the clan before himself. We have no walls to hide behind, only our wits and our skill herding a Chater. If Ulgesh has neither, I need to know. I sent him after Scamper, our laziest at Chater. Ulgesh can explain the task. He's never been talkative, but see what you can learn as you aid each other. I'll want to speak with you when you return.
Who are you? I don't need your help. Alright, let's finish this so I can get back to the clan. Yazara asked for a snow truffle. This lazy beast can sniff it out. But it's a two-person job. I can't keep Scamper and hunt for a snow truffle. It's like a tundra truffle, but tastier. Only grows in these parts. No clue. A potion, maybe? You scout ahead, find a truffle patch. Give a whistle. I'll send Scamper your way. Scamper will sniff the patch. If there's a snow truffle, he'll dig it up. You grab it and bring it to Yazara. Got it? Scamper is fast asleep. Give him a good kick to wake him. Near boulders or trees. Lots of them between here and Shatul. It's why they camp here in the winter. I lived in Orsinium for years. Sometimes I forget Shatul is home. Just find the snow truffle. It's cold out here. Nothing in this patch. Nothing. Keep trying, Scamper. Scamper earned some sleep. Let's get back to Shatul. Get that snow truffle to Yazara. I think he found one.
Did you find Ulgesh? Good. Give it here. Olgesh passed my test. Scamper has always required 2 people to wrangle. For Olgesh to send you back with the snow truffle tells me he learned to master his temper. He'd have tried to kill you, but you slew Urkale the Cleaver. I expect Olgesh would now be dead. Lorig and Olgesh are the only clear contenders for Chief. They must enter the Bloody Knoll and duel beneath the stern gaze of Malakath. The one who emerges shall be the new Chief of Shatul. Only an Orc can become Chief of Shatul, or of any Orc clan. I can't say it any simpler than that. I have not forgotten what you did for us. On behalf of Shatul, I name you Bloodkin. You shall always have a place among us. I already sent Lorig to the Bloody Knoll. Could you inform Olgesh he is to fight? I would do so, but I must attend to my son. Olgesh should be at his tent. And thank you for the snow truffle, Bloodkin. Sometimes the smallest favors are hardest to repay. It was my son's favorite food. His hearthwife, she has dozens of recipes. He loved them all. He won't be able to taste it. His mind, you see, there's nothing left of him. But I'll mix it into the poison so he enjoys it one last time. The poison I shall feed the husk that remains of his body. No, it is me, murdering my own son. Shatul must survive. Before a new chief is chosen, the old chief must die. By the time Lorig and Olgesh reach the Bloody Knoll, the poison will finish its work. Malakath will take no offense. I doubt that. An Orc of Shatul would truly understand. You are neither. Yet you are bloodkin to our clan, and your words give me the strength to do what must be done. Shatul must survive.
Over here. We need to talk. You looked different from inside Olgesh's helmet. What? What did you know? Yes, you're right. How did you know it was me? I see. You seem to know much about me, Snow Truffle. But not everything. A merchant friend keeps me informed of Shatul. When she brought word of my father's injuries, I had to return and contend for chief. Shatul must survive. As an exile, I'm not allowed to enter Shatul. But Ulgesh is no exile. I traded him a new set of armor for his old, then returned to my clan. My own grandmother couldn't tell the difference. The real Ulgesh has a squeak in his voice. One day he paid Morkel's forge wife to make him sound like an ogre. He always wore the helmet everywhere he went. It still smells like sweaty breeches and onions. I cleaned it 3 times. Nothing worked. Have you been to Orsinium? The king hammers away at traditions which keep orcs locked in squalid strongholds. He tempers us, forges us into something new, something better. I will become chief of Shatul, and in a decade, it will become tradition. Some won't. They may challenge me, and I'll have to kill them. But when any other clan clucks about the Code of Malakath, Shatul will band together as we always do. We'll triple their rate on a chater, a built-in blood price for the disrespect. I think we'll get rich off the Malakath zealots. That will make the king happy. And if he asks me to be his chief wife, I'll decline. But I'll offer him the chance to be my king husband. Lorig is a fine warrior. Better than my father. But that's the problem. He never challenged my father. He's like an Achater bull that refuses to mate, no matter how much ginger pulp you feed him. I haven't thought about that in years. He was always Uncle Lorig to me. Taught me how to play chop. Always called me Little One, even when I was nearly his height. I looked up to him. Then Father insisted I become his hunt wife. Lorig's heart was never in the match, but refusing would have led to a feud. Father was insufferable. A chief's daughter must bear the clan's burdens. But children are a burden I don't ever plan to bear. Not for the clan, not for anyone. Now I head to the Bloody Knoll. There I will kill Lorig and become chief of Shatul. For this to work, my grandmother must know my intentions. Inform her, and I swear upon my mother's memory, I will repay the favor when I am chief. Gladly. Tell her the truth. I don't care if she approves. She will need to prepare the clan for my success. If Malakath disapproves, he can strike me down in the Bloody Knoll. But Shatul must survive. Go. There's little time.
My son, Chief Ogzor is dead. Lorig waits at the Bloody Knoll. Is Olgesh on his way? What? Ushruka was exiled from Shatul. I would never allow her to contend for chief. That foolish girl. We're a traditional clan. Shatul will never accept an exiled woman as chief. Had she become Lorig's hunt wife as my son wanted, Shatul would have stayed for the wedding. We would have been there when the Reach attacked Lorig's clan. Her selfishness led to their destruction. A chief who lost his entire clan to raiders from the Reach? He refused to challenge my son, to give him an honorable death under Malakath's gaze, because of friendship. No matter his prowess in battle, he is soft in the heart. Had she become Lorig's hunt wife as my son wanted, Shatul would have stayed for the wedding. We would have been there when the Reach attacked Lorig's clan. Her selfishness led to their destruction. Take this ritual blade. It is flawed at its core, just like Lorig and Ushruka. Replace the blade of the weakest contender. Fair. I just watched my son die. None of this is fair. The flawed blade is a test. A weak contender who survives despite this setback deserves to become chief of Shatul. When the blade fails, the weakest contender will most assuredly die. If she... go, there is little time. Malakath favor the victor.
Ashruka? You have to go. If Ulgesh sees you, he'll kill you.
Ulgesh is in Orsinium. He sold me his armor before I came to Shatul.
No. What have you done?
Shatul must survive. Don't hold back, Lorig.
Malakath favor the victor.
Goodbye, Uncle Lorig.
You've returned. Who is the new chief of Shatul? I see. I convinced our clan that Ashruka's victory would test our faith in Malakath's favor. They'll accept her. For now. If she allows it, I shall advise her. She'll need all the help she can get. You alone emerged from the Bloody Knoll. Did you pray to Malakath for your victory?
I needed no prayers, only my strength.
Then go forth, my chief, and receive your clan. Shatul, I
This is
present
not
your new
justice.
chief.
Know this, my clan. At King Kurog's side, we shall lead Tamriel to greatness! I know the cheers won't last. I'll need to guard against challengers from all sides, to be twice the chief my father was. But for now, this feels good. This feels right. Of course you do. I don't know if I can attend the moot myself. I should stay here until the clan gets used to the idea of me as chief. But you can tell the king that Shatul supports him absolutely.
And my champion returns. Still alive, and with most of your vital body parts intact. My shield wives owe me. I told them not to bet against me. But enough of that. Were you successful? Are the clan chiefs going to attend the moot? Perfect! You've done me a great service, my friend. The moot will be remembered as the turning point for Hrothgar. The day when all the clans united under the rule of a strong and visionary king. A new golden age for the Orsimer begins here. Now, why, we prepare for the moot, of course. It will be packed. Clan chiefs from the farthest reaches of Hrothgar will come together to finally accept my vision for the future. This is how a kingdom is born. Too bad Bosrog is going to miss it. Don't worry about Bosrog. He hasn't been seen since the attack on the temple. He's probably gone so deep into hiding or run so far away that we'll never see that traitor again. Why should I be? You're concerned enough for both of us. But come on, you're worse than my shield wives. Have a drink. Have the whole damn keg if you want. And take this, for services rendered. Now, all we have to do is sit back and wait.
Your deeds have been nothing short of legendary. With the plane meld at an end, Tamriel may yet endure. Now the time has come to confront Molag Bal and reclaim your soul. You must lead the 5 companions into this final battle. We are all of us prepared to sacrifice our lives to see this through to the end. Our plan is to use the Amulet of Kings to invest you with the power to do battle with the Daedric Prince. No doubt the God of Schemes has rallied his most powerful servants to his side, but his arrogance has already proven to be his undoing. He may not even consider you a threat. We shall endeavor to prove him utterly, catastrophically wrong.
I'll never get you. The time is at hand. Stop second-guessing yourself. Stop questioning your resolve. Just stand up and do it. You're ready. This is it. The beginning of the blasted end. There's no point in pretending this isn't happening, or saying we're not ready. This challenge will not wait. Can you do what is necessary, no matter the cost? No matter how much it grieves you? There is always a choice. But you don't get to choose what is true. You only get to choose what you will do about it. Do you need a reminder about what lies ahead? We are approaching the fortress of Molag Bal, perhaps the most dangerous place in all of Oblivion. Together we 5 are mighty, even I will admit that. But I cannot invoke the ritual until we are in the presence of the Dark Prince himself. In exchange for this investiture of power, one of your companions will need to be sacrificed. It will be for you to decide which, when the time comes. The infusion of power will not last for long. That's why we need to get close. And then what? I've no idea what will happen to you. Apotheosis? Disintegration? Too many unknowns and not enough information. But if you defeat Molag Bal and survive, your soul and the soul of every other surviving vestige should be restored.
place is alive with pain and suffering. This must be where Molag Bal torments those who displease him.
Is that Manamako?
You come to gloat at my torment, or is your appearance here a part of it? I am neither alive nor dead. I am trapped in a gouge of ash and bile and swirling vapors. My ears are filled with the screams of 1,000 nails being drawn, and the pain is endless. I am his plaything, and an abject lesson to others who would thwart him. My plan was flawless. My machinations were executed to perfection. I would have been a god, if not for you. My only consolation is that you will know this pain soon enough. Arrogant, presumptuous, egotistical twaddle. A bit of costume jewelry is nothing compared to the Master's power. I expect I'll be seeing you soon. My only joy for the rest of eternity will be hearing your tortured screams. After all that's transpired, I killed you, you simpleton. I saw your life gutter and fade like a candle flame in a tempest. My undead servants drank your blood, and I reanimated your corpse. You could not taunt me with such hilarity.
Manamako. He was a backstabbing hypocrite with delusions of godhood. The fool got precisely what he deserved.
Actually released me? Naive fool. Future generations will pay for your weakness.
Are you insane? That worm didn't deserve your mercy.
Why do I get the feeling we're going to regret this?
Molag Bal is here. I can feel his presence, sense his foul breath upon the wind. There. That place should serve us well. Let us assemble and prepare the ritual.
What do you suppose this place was?
A temple of some kind. The Dark Anchors may have pulled it into Cold Harbor. Perhaps it was created by the Daedra to mock the Divines.
What does it matter? We can't wait any longer. We must perform the ritual. Vestige, it is time for you to make your decision. Yes, this will be close enough, I think. Are you prepared? No one is more surprised than I. They are willing to sacrifice themselves to save the world, yet they will never hear a single word of thanks. A funny thing for a selfish man to say, isn't it? I'd better be careful not to learn anything from this. I've no idea. Speak to them. Let their own words convince you. But once the choice is made, there is no turning back. The harvest of a fresh soul will no doubt bring Molag Bal's attention upon us. You must take that opportunity to strike him down. We've already been over this. You need an infusion of divine power to even consider challenging a Daedric prince. The Amulet of Kings can give you that power, but at the cost of a life. The Amulet of Kings is a relic of Akatosh, the dragon god of time. His powers embody the qualities of perseverance and invincibility, while promoting the virtues of duty, service, and obedience. Make of that what you will.
I see that look in your eye, Vestige. And I wonder, am I to be the one? Know that I would consider it a great honor. It would be a fine death. When you live each day as if it were your last, as I have, eventually you will be right. I was born to die a hero's death. I've always known this, and I've always been prepared for it. I once swore to protect my Emperor, and failed. I cannot allow him to sacrifice his life in my place, nor can I ask this of Lyris, my snow lily. She is more important to me than she will ever know. Please, give me this honor.
We've had some crazy adventures, haven't we? But adventures are what you call them when everybody comes back alive, so... maybe they've come to an end. I don't regret any of it, though. Not for a moment. My father once told me that the most important thing anyone can know is what they would die for. I know that now. I feel like I've already lived a dozen lifetimes. I'm so tired. And I look forward to seeing my parents again in Sovngarde. If my death has meaning, then so will my life. It would be my great honor if you would choose me.
Remember, Vestige. We fight for our people. We fight for Tamriel. Evil might be kept at bay for a time, but it can never be completely eradicated. What is important is that we resist it, that we fight on and keep fighting. Very little. The scrolls can see many things, even possible futures, but they are not infallible, and they will not make this choice for you. You cannot cross the sea simply by standing and considering the water. Be strong, Vestige, and act. There is no such thing as a safe choice. There are only other choices. Oblivion did not make me a monster. It just confirmed my own worst fears about myself. It would be fitting and honorable if you were to choose me. It would be a fine death.
I see that look in your eye, Vestige. When you live... I once swore to protect my Emperor, and failed.
Position yourself over there, Vestige, and brace yourself.
Sai, I'll never forget you. And we'll finish this, I swear
I'm
it.
honored to make this sacrifice. When you think of me, I hope you remember me fondly, and sing songs of this day, while you toast to my memory.
History may not remember your sacrifice, but those present here will never forget it. Divines of Tamriel, with this vessel of your power, the Amulet of Kings, I call upon your strength. Let this noble sacrifice be a testament to our desire to set things right and restore balance to the Mundus. Your champion stands ready. Accept this offering and imbue this vestige with your glory. Let the will of Molag Bal be denied. Vestige, now is the time. You must ascend the path and face the Daedric Prince. You must face the God of Schemes alone. I will get the others to safety. Go!
Continued meddling has reached an end, hero of Tamriel. What is this foolishness? Has your tiny mortal mind snapped? Do you really think you can defeat me? The dark machinations of Oblivion are far more complex than anything your mortal senses can comprehend. Will be legendary, even in Oblivion. Still you fight on? Do you care nothing for your own existence? God of Oblivion, you are less than nothing. Your pathetic Aedric trinket can't defeat me. I am Molag Bal, Lord of Domination. What is this, infant? Do you think your toy can slay a god? You are fertile ground for the seeds of eternal torment. for you and all children of the Mondas of Black Wings. Face of pain. The souls of the damned are my weapons. You will know eons of suffering.
Come forward, Vestige. You are safe, for now. Something precious to you has been riven from Stonefire's being. I have brought it here for you to reclaim.
I congratulate you, little insect. Your sting is formidable. You have bested me and released 1,000 times 1,000 souls back into the Mundas. For the moment, your world is spared, but my grand scheme has only begun to unfold. Excellent. Your power shall prove useful in the coming conflicts. You've made a great and terrible enemy this day. Your world would have been better off if the plane meld had succeeded, had you bowed before me and accepted eternal servitude. I would have protected you. There are worse masters than I. Far worse.
You are but a phantom here in my domain, Stonefire. The mortal prophecies of the scrolls have been fulfilled. Leave this place and return to your pit.
You have a powerful ally. Did you know that she would bring you here? What future role has she to play in this grand cosmic farce, I wonder? Yeah, your meddling has already cost me too much. A cursed creature of light and flame. This farce no longer amuses me.
Your soul is restored. I can see its light within you. And you have saved your world from a great calamity. But know this, mortal. The forces of Oblivion are legion, and the God of Schemes is but a single player in a complex battle for supremacy. You have wounded him gravely. It will be some time before his power is restored. As your enemy fell, the one you call Abner Tharn took Chim El Adabal and fled. He returns to the land from whence he came, the place you call Cyrodiil. The amulet's power has been expended for a generation or more. The Imperial will not be able to use it, nor will he profit from it, though he will spend many frustrated years in the attempt. The tear in the veil between Oblivion and Nirn has been repaired. Your world is safe for now. Gone forever, but their memory remains.
I can see the light burning brightly behind your eyes. Your friend is a part of you now, just as the strength of the Divines burns like a flame within your renewed soul. Your story has only begun. Molag Bal still has plans for you. In many ways, these events played out to his advantage. And you have attracted the attention of the other Daedric princes as well. The war between mortal kingdoms is still ravaging your world, but your true enemies are not mortal. If you are to be prepared for the coming conflicts, you must fully comprehend what is at stake. You must live among those you make war upon. Indeed. When you return to Tamriel, go to the place you call the Harborage. My gift awaits you there. It will allow you to travel to other lands and hide your true nature from those who would see you as a foe. I have no more desire to keep you here than you had to remain in Cold Harbor. I shall return you to your little den in the wild. Your surviving companions await you there. Are you prepared to leave?
The sense of the harborage filled the air. But what happened? How did we return? Lyris? Lyris? Are you there?
Not to worry, not to worry. Lyris is fit as a fiddle, and you all seem quite intact as well.
I'm here, sire. But where's Tharn?
He vanished. Ran off, I think. And he took the amulet you chaps found with him.
Bastard! Sai died for that amulet!
The amulet's power is expended for generations to come. It will be of no use to him now. Things feel different. Molag Bal's hold on my mind has been lifted. I am finally free of him. And so it ends. I pray that it has, at any rate. My part in this story has ended, but yours has only begun. The world has been made right for now, but it is still wounded and in need of tending. I cannot say, but I do not think the scrolls have finished with me. Perhaps one day we shall meet again. If it is destined that we shall meet again, then destiny will find a way. For me, I think it's best that I should be forgotten by this world. Let me become a sad footnote in Tamriel's long history. I deserve nothing more. I have no more prophecies to impart, no more strategies to suggest, no more riddles to ponder. I am just a man, a flawed man, and perhaps that is just as it should be. Farewell, Vestige. Walk in the light, always. His spirit has been dispersed into the Aetherius. He is not dead. Neither is he alive. His essence is outside the cycle of the Mundus. Tharn has undoubtedly begun the long journey back to Cyrodiil with his new prize. His deepest desire is to unite all the errant territories of the Empire under a single banner. Perhaps he will succeed, but it will be a long and arduous task. I have no more prophecies to impart, no more strategies to suggest, no more riddles to ponder. I am just a man, a flawed man, and perhaps that is just as it should be. Farewell, Vestige. Walk in the light, always.
We did it. Tamriel will go on. But what a terrible price we had to pay. I'll bring the news of Sai's death to Kasura at the Abbey of Blades. Maybe I'll stay there for a while. Help rebuild. Sai would want that. After that, I don't know. Grief doesn't change us. It reveals us. That's what my father always said. I'll mourn Sai in my own way. I loved him. I know that now. There's a big, deep hole of aching inside me. Even when I'm finished mourning him, it's not going to go away. I've never been able to sit still long. Eventually the road will call. But where I'll wind up? Who knows? Roads are for journeys, not destinations. Maybe we'll run into each other again. Have a drink. Maybe crack some skulls for old time's sake.
Don't toddle off just yet. Might I have a word? I take it you ran into Lady Meridia. Lovely woman, charming. We get on famously. While you lot were having yourselves an epic row, I gave her a shout, asked if she'd be willing to help us out if things went badly. The trick of it was the timing. With every blow to that Daedric windbag, you freed hundreds of souls. She was able to catch yours before it wandered off. Jolly good trick, that. This is delightful. World saved, heroes gone their separate ways, and this knight has a new mistress to serve. Bravo! Couldn't be happier. Smashing. Truly. I don't know that the world will ever see the like of Sai Sahan again. He was the embodiment of loyalty and discipline. Qualities that he tried to share, not by word, but by deed. You can make use of that. He's part of you now, you know? Our noble Redguard friend may have shuffled off this mortal coil, but his spirit will live on through you. That's all well and done then. There's just one bit of business left. It's you! Over here, quickly! I've got something exciting. I'm positively chuffed things have gone so well. To be completely honest, I didn't think we had a ghost of a chance. But then, if we went up against overwhelming odds, we wouldn't be heroes, would we? Still itching for more adventure? Smashing. Have you ever wondered what would have happened if you'd woken up somewhere else? Washed up on a different beach? My new mistress provided me with the means to help you if you're up for the challenge. Touch Meridia's light and see the world through the eyes of your former enemies. But, fair warning, you will no longer be seen as a great champion. Even familiar faces will see you as a soulless drifter lost in an unfamiliar land. What say you?
You're awake! Ha! I was worried you'd never wake up. You slept all the way from Canarthy's Roost, right through the hurricane. You don't remember? A Khajiit named Razumdar fished you out of the ocean. He paid me a small fortune to bring you here. We barely made it out of Canarthy's Roost before the hurricane hit. He was headed to Eagle Strand, an old fort on Canarthy's Roost. My ship won't return there for some time, but a bosun on the far dock can take you. Look for Sugar Claws.
You've caught me at a busy time. What is it? Is this about the fish? I took what I paid for. Never mind. What do you want? Good. I have business on Canarthy's Roost. Passage is free. The inspectors won't be looking for two of us. Whenever you're ready.
We need your face to become familiar, so your presence won't be questioned. Come, stay by my side. This one so you fall from thin air. Pop, drop, splash. Raz would have tried for a backflip, but under the circumstances, this one is most impressed.
Razumdar is here on a mission of some delicacy. This one did not know how your presence here would change it, but honestly, Raz is glad you returned. You may be just what he needs.
First, a question. Where did you come from? If you landed 5 paces north, you'd have squashed a rat, slipped on its guts, and cracked your head on a signal drum. The whole island would have known of your arrival. So where did you come from, truly? A Daedric prince, you say? Raz has a nose for lies, but you seem clean as an ocean breeze. If anyone else asks you, where will you say you came from? My, you're a focused one, aren't you? It is good to be focused, but it is also good right now to fit in. Your sudden arrival, it does not fit in, you understand? You should not. You should trust your instincts. Leave if you wish. No one will stop you. Or, come with Raz. We need your... First, a question. Where did you... A day... My. Just a friendly Khajiit. Because you are no soldier, which is useful. You can speak with the locals. Assure them we are not invaders or marauders. Now come, let us try to fit in. Commander Karen, the moment? This recruit survived the shipwreck without injuries. You mentioned something about the shattered shoals, yes?
Glad you're up and about, recruit. I'm in need of a scout to head to Shattered Shoals. Most of our fleet foundered to the west, but we've had few survivors trickle in from that direction. We captured a sea viper spying on the camp. Those pirates never travel alone. Find out if they're around Shattered Shoals, and if so, what they're doing on this island. Of course, you should assist any shipwreck survivors you find. We must each do our part. Before you head to Shattered Shoals, speak with Eelsil. He just returned from exploring a nearby temple. That wizard claims to know something about everything, so he may have insight on how these sea vipers operate.
Eelsil is this way.
I've little time for talk.
looking all over the city for you. I had the hardest time finding you. Looked all over the city, even got lost once or twice. I did find an adorable sweet shop, though. They had these wonderful tiny cakes that were absolutely delicious. Who knew all cakes could taste so good? Right to business, huh? Not even a hi, good to see you. Fine, fine. Anyway, High Priestess Solgra needs our help. She wants us to work together on this. When you have a moment, you need to go see her. It's a rescue mission, but she said she wants to give you the details personally. After all, you did save her life. I can see it now. Oh, my savior. Let's retire to my private chambers so I can share the intimate details with you. Seriously, Solgra wants to keep this quiet. Said the situation was sensitive. She especially doesn't want the king to know. When I suggested asking the king for help, she insisted that that would only get more people killed. Just so you know. No, doesn't have a clue. That's what makes it so exciting. This is an honest-to-goodness secret mission. I always wanted to go on a secret mission. Besides, once you talk to Solgra, you'll understand. She explains things much better than I do. Have you seen my bow skills? I'm sure Solgra noticed and said to herself, "That's a fine young lass. She can put a shaft through an apple balanced on the back of a moving Wamasu. I shall recruit her." Either that, or she was desperate for some help. I'll meet up with you later. Go see Solgra, but don't take too long.
What is it?
I welcome Morkel Clan to Orsinium. Their work is without compare. Some will say otherwise, but they are wrong.
It's a marvel the way these old buildings take on new life.
Thank you for responding so quickly to my summons, especially considering everything you've been doing to support the king. Did Everly tell you that I have a delicate situation? I could really use your help again. She can be rather exuberant, but I suppose the term is accurate. I debated with myself before deciding to ask the two of you for assistance. But in the end, there isn't anyone else I would trust with this matter. A shield wife from one of the clans sent me an urgent plea for help. It appears that the clan's chief has been taken captive by a fanatical group of... how do I put this? They're members of a religious sect devoted to Trinimac. Yes, but it's not the same. The Voshrak are Trinimac extremists who bend the sacred teachings to their own purposes. They've been gathering power and influence at an alarming rate. If they kill the Captain Chief in Trinimac's name... it will give the Orc traditionalists one more arrow to put in their quiver, and they won't use it only against us. King Korag and the Forge Mother have supported us. This will cripple their cause and turn everyone against Trinimac and his followers. Go to Farron's stronghold and meet Everly. Stop the Voshrak and rescue the chief before it's too late. I just ask for your discretion in this matter. If the king finds out, he'll send an army, which will only result in more death and destruction. 2 things before you go. First, avoid bloodshed on your way into the stronghold. The captives won't be immediately harmed if the Voshrak feels secure. Second, I'm not sure which chief was taken. The message I received was purposefully vague. Not much. They're rather secretive, keep to themselves. They apparently wear masks whenever they gather, and I've heard rumors. They've been linked to trouble in the West. This sect is rather new, from what I've been given to understand. Well, they weren't here when I arrived in Orsinium. I wasn't aware of them, at any rate. Of course, we were dealing with the Winterborn at the time, so anything else was considered a lesser threat. Still, their increasing boldness worries me. As with the attack on the temple, we don't want to give the captors a reason to act in haste. The longer they remain unaware of your presence, the better chance you'll have to locate and free the chief. Besides, they could have other hostages. I don't think so. At least not immediately. They're keeping the chief alive for a reason. I think they want to make a spectacle. But the Voshrak haven't always acted in a predictable manner. Of course, other prisoners they hold would be forfeit. Not much. They're rather secretive, keep to themselves. They apparently wear masks whenever they gather, and I've heard rumors. They've been linked to trouble in the West. This sect is rather new, from what I've been given to understand.
Nothing but dry bread and old turnips to eat. I never should have put them on that. Yeah!
My father crept...
Yeah!
Malakath, I pray your words aren't lost.
You made it! Excellent!